even after their work with The King and I, where there was a non-traditional love story, they couldn't quite figure out who they should be presenting this to. And one thing did lead to the next, and they suddenly realized that this just wasn't for them. Then MGM, the movie studio, looked at it, and they thought this would be a perfect thing for them to do. When Lerner and Lowe heard about it, and Alan J. Lerner was friendly with the attorney of the Shaw estate, and he thought, he went to them and said, why don't I just sit on it for a few weeks and let my partner, Fritz Lowe, and I take a look at it and see what we can come up with. And sure enough, they went back to the 1937 movie with Wendy Hiller, and they saw that there could really be a possibility for them to do this as a musical by following that script. There were things that no one saw happen that could then be translated into a musical. And of course, this is how it starts. This is in concert. This is, of course, Jeremy Irons as Henry Higgins.
Look at her, a prisoner of the gutters, condemned by every syllable she utters. By right she should be taken out and hung for the cold-blooded murder of the English tongue.
Ow.
Ow. Heavens, what a noise. This is what the British population calls an elementary education. Hear them down in Soho Square, dropping H's everywhere, speaking English any way they like. You, sir, did you go to school?
What did you take me for, fool?
No one taught him take instead of tyke. Hear a Yorkshireman or worse, hear a Cornishman converse. I'd rather hear a choir singing flat. Chickens cackling in a barn, just like this one.
God.
God. I ask you, sir, what sort of word is that? It's ow and gone that keep her in her place, not her wretched clothes and dirty face. Why can't the English teach their children how to speak? This verbal class distinction by now should be antique. If you spoke as she does, sir, instead of the way you do, why, you might be selling flowers too. An Englishman's way of speaking absolutely classifies him. The moment he speaks, he makes some other Englishman despise him. Speaks proper English, you're regarded as a freak. Oh, why can't the English learn to set a good example to people whose English is painful to your ears? The Scotch and the Irish leave you close to tears. There even are places where English completely disappears. In America, they haven't used it for years. Why can't the English teach their children how to speak? Norwegians learn Norwegian. The Greeks are taught their Greek. In France, every Frenchman knows his language from A to Z. The French never care what they do, actually, as long as they pronounce it properly. Arabians learn Arabian with the speed of summer lightning. The Hebrews learn it backwards, which is absolutely frightening. But use proper English, you're regarded as a freak. Oh, why can't the English? Why can't the English learn to speak?
What a great opening to My Fair Lady. Of course, you really learned everything about Henry Higgins, his pomposity, his arrogance, everything right there.
Look at her.
Well, the next number is you have to meet Eliza, and this is her I Want song as well.
Just looking at this program here with Rex Harris and Julie on the cover of it. It was presented for the first time on March 15th, 1956 at the Mark Hellinger Theater in New York, produced by Herman Levin and directed by Moss Hart. That particular March 15th always going to be an historic date in show business.
Well, actually, March has always been a particularly lucky month for us. Both Brigadoon and My Fair Lady opened in March.
You know, My Fair Lady forever will endure in stage history as one of the classics of show business.
Based on George Bernard Shaw's play, Pygmalion, My Fair Lady took the theater world by storm. Overnight, a superstar was born in the person of Julie Andrews, who played the role of Eliza Doolittle.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Well, shouldn't you stand up, gentlemen? We got a bloomin' Addis in our midst. Wouldn't you be looking for a good butler, Eliza?
Why, you won't do.
It's rather dull in town. I think I'll take me to Paris. The missus wants to open up the Carsol in Capri. Me doctor recommends a quiet summer by the sea. Wouldn't it be lovely? Where are you bound this spring, Eliza? Biarritz?
All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with one enormous chair. Wouldn't it be lovely? Lots of chocolate for me to eat, lots of coal making lots of it, warm face, warm hands, warm feet. Wouldn't it be lovely? Oh, so lovely, sitting absolutely still. I would never budge till spring crept over me windowsill, someone's head resting on my knee, warm and tender as he can be.
Hello.
Takes good care.
Hi, how are you? Oh, good. And did you get to see a show too?
I want to stop the mute, okay?
All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with one enormous chair.
Wouldn't it be lovely? Lots of chocolate for me to eat, lots of coal making lots of it, warm face, warm hands, warm feet. Wouldn't it be lovely? Oh, so lovely, sitting absolutely still. I would never budge till spring crept over me windowsill.
Someone's head resting on my knee, warm and tender as he can be.
Who takes good care of me? Oh, wouldn't it be lovely?
Then, of course, we learn about Eliza's father, and this was expanded because after all, how would anybody have gotten to know him other than one scene and other, the classism of My Fair Lady then becoming truly evident? Well, here we go again.
You know, you all recall the recent evening when Rex Harrison and Julie Andrews came to New York in a tremendous musical called My Fair Lady. Here is Julie Andrews.
I could have danced all night, I could have danced all night, and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I'll never know what made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me, I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I'll never know what made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me, I could have danced.
And that was one of 2 times she was on the Ed Sullivan Show singing that.
The comedy of My Fair Lady to the glamour. The Ascot Gavotte, with 2 very well-known guests putting in a surprise appearance.
You really got the swing in that number, didn't you, Rog? Singing, dancing. I never realised how many aspects there were to your talent.
Please, Michael, you know when you use that word, it's particularly painful.
What, talent?
Aspects. Well, here we are, Ascot opening day. The spectacle, the nobility.
The traffic jams. I took this shortcut and I wound up behind a coach and horses. Suddenly, all the crowd's yelling, screaming, waving. I thought, Michael, you've never gone so well. Then, of course, I realised where I was.
The M25.
No, I was in the Royal Parade.
Well, it was worth getting dressed up for. Yeah. The only thing is, when I put on a morning suit, I feel as though I'm in an Astaire Rogers movie. In fact, I think I look very fresh.
I think you look very ginger.
Thank you, Michael. Does Shakira know you're out?
No. But what a wonderful scene. I wouldn't have missed this for the world. I really wouldn't have missed this for the world. You know what I did? I cancelled all my work for the entire day just to be here.
Well, what did you have on for today?
Only 3 films and miniseries.
Well, I'm certainly glad to hear you're cutting down, Michael. There might be some work for the rest of us. What are we going to talk about now?
Racing.
Racing.
Yes.
Well, the only thing that will make this a perfect day would be a little more luck for the horses.
Yeah, tell me about it. That horse you gave me in the last race, it stopped at the line to smile at the photo finish.
It was not the horse's fault. The jockey was inexperienced.
Inexperienced? When they told him it was a novice choice, he came up dressed as a nun.
What about the horse you gave me in the race before that? He was disqualified after a steward's inquiry for impeding other horses.
Yeah, well, that happens in racing.
Not in the paddock.
You know what we need now, don't you?
Apart from another stretch, yeah.
What we need now is an expert on horse racing. Now, who is here right at this moment? Now, who is here right at this moment who knows more about the sport of kings than anybody?
Prince Honolulu.
No.
Oh, you mean? Oh,
Yes.
Yes, of course.
She's been coming to Ascot for over 60 years. What she doesn't know about horses isn't worth knowing.
Yeah, I don't suppose it would be too rude to ask her. I think I know where she's sitting.
Yeah. And if she recognises us, she'll we'll do it again. She'll probably give you a tip.
Yes. Like, don't take any more singing lessons from you.
Speed up. I have never been so keyed up. Any seconds now, they'll begin to run. Our bell is ringing, they are springing forward. Look, it has begun.
The Ascot Goodbye sequence, so brilliant. Now, you notice the costumes were in pink, not black and white, because Cecil Beaton owned the costume rights. So that was a little different. And of course, soliloquies had become all very common in this very famous one. Shaw hated that ending. He did not write Pygmalion that way. He felt Eliza did not need to go back to Henry. And he always hated what Hollywood did to this. And excuse me, again, this was based upon the 1937 movie. Well, now let's go talk about West Side Story. And, you know, West Side Story was not a critical success when it was new. It was supposed to be called East Side Story, the story of a Jewish boy and a Catholic girl over the Passover Easter weekend. Excuse me. And as they were starting to write it, they thought it was another version of Abbey's Irish Rose. And they totally just threw their hands up on it and didn't know what to do when fate stepped in, and a gang killing on the Upper West Side with young high school kids certainly set the tone. Arthur Lawrence and Jerome Robbins then reset the script. Bernstein loved the idea because he could do Latin tempi music, which he really loved. And then not only that, he could also, Comden and Green, who were going to write it, had dropped out. And the brand new young lyricist Stephen Sondheim meets Arthur Lawrence at a cocktail party. Excuse me for being hoarse all of a sudden. I think this air is just getting to all of us. And finally, he joins the group. West Side Story was not a critical success. I mean, the music was considered hyperactive, blaring, and dissonant. The violence, the killing off two people at the end of the first act, killing off the leading man at the end, it had never been done. That, of course, is what started West Side Story. The fact that violence and dance drove the story is truly unique and different.
He's on parole. He's got to be careful is all. He cannot be running around.
Tony's done with the Jets.
And this, of course, is the new movie.
The Jets, like that's even a thing. He cannot be
Maybe
done
it
with this
wasn't
man.
a thing before, but now if? The lieutenant's right. What are the Jets if we got no territory?
Frank doesn't know his ass from his elbow. What? Tony and me started the Jets. Because none of us would even be here if it wasn't for all of us. And all you know it. When you're a jet all the way from your first cigarette to your last dying day. When you're a jet, if the spit hits the fan, you got brothers around, you're a family man.
You're never alone.
You're never disconnected. You're home with your own.
When company's expected.
You're well protected. Then you are set with a capital J, which you'll never forget till they caught you away. When you're a jet, you stay a jet. So me, Tony, and me at the Dog Days dance at the gym tonight.
You can't rumble at the gym. It'll be lousy with cops.
Maybe we've had enough trouble with the Puerto Ricans for one day.
Relax, it's a social mixer, so we'll mix until the time's right to fix the rumble for tomorrow night. Be there 10 p.m., punctual like, dressed to kill, walking tall.
We always walk tall. We're Jets.
The greatest. When you're a jet, you're the top cat in town.
You're the gold medal kid with the heavyweight crown.
When you're a jet,
You're the swingin'est thing, little boy. You're a man.
little man, you're a king. The jets are in here, our cylinders are clicking. Strokes will stay clear, cause every Puerto Rican's a lousy chicken. Here come the jets like a out of hell. Someone gets in our way, someone don't feel so well. Here come the jets, little world, step aside. Better go underground, better run, better hide. We're drawing a line, so keep your noses hidden. We're hanging aside, since visitors forbidden. And we ain't kidding. Here come the jets, and we're gonna beat every last fucking gang on the whole fucking street, on the whole ever mother loving. He's on.
And I thought the new movie did a great job of setting the tone in the place that this neighborhood was about to be torn down and what this really meant to everybody. And of course, it's this dancing that the integrated dancing, the sophisticated ballet that drove the story. And here is the dance at the gym.
Tom Kidd! This season, it was my privilege to collaborate with Stephen Sondheim on the Spanish language lyrics for the first nominee for Best Revival of a Musical, West Side Story. In this bilingual production, the story is the same, but this time when the Puerto Ricans rumble, they do it in Espanol. In this number, Maria looks forward to the beginning of her new life in America at a dance at the gym, where she and Tony are first drawn to each other. Here's the company from West Side Story!
I knew something never before was going to happen. Had to happen, but this is
My hands are cold. Yours too. So warm.
Yours too.
But of course, they are the same.
It's so much to believe. You're not joking me.
I have not yet learned how to joke that way. I think now I never will.
For here you are, and what was just our world is a start
And of course, the dance at the gym was not like anything anybody had seen. But when Sondheim wrote Maria, he learned something about the process he had never known, that you've got to think about what is the character saying when he says Maria 9 times. This is Julian Ovenden.
Most beautiful sound I ever heard. Maria, 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 Maria. All the beautiful sounds of the world in a single word. Maria, 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 Maria. I just met a girl named Maria, and suddenly that name will never be the same to me. Maria, I've just kissed a girl named Maria, and suddenly I found how wonderful a song can be. Maria, say loud and let music play. Say it soft and it's almost like rain. Maria, I'll never stop saying Maria. It's almost like rain. Maria, I'll never stop saying Maria. The most beautiful song I ever heard.
And I do think that's the most perfect recording of Maria ever done, as an FYI. Time and Bernstein wanted satire about the immigrant experience.
Puerto Rico, you lovely island.
bullets flying. I like the island Manhattan. I know you do. Smoke on your pipe and put that in. Mira, mami. I like to be in America. Okay, by me in America. Everything free in America. Force must be in America. I like the city of San Juan. I know a boat you can get on. Bye-bye. Hundreds of flowers in full bloom. Hundreds of people in each room. Automobile in America. Chromium steel in America. Wires put in America. Very big deal in America. Bueno, I'll drive a Buick to San Juan. If there's a road you can drive on. I'll give my cousins a free ride. Gracias. You get all of them inside. Till my dream goes to America. Many hellos in America. Nobody knows in America. Puerto Rico's in America. I'll take a TV to San Juan. If there's a carrot to turn on. I'll give them the washing machine. What have they got there to keep clean? I like the shores of America. Comfort in shores in America. Down on the shores in America. Walk to a shores in America. When I will go back to San Juan, when you will shut up and get gone. Everyone there will give big cheer. Everyone there will have moved here.
And that was Jerome Robbins. Well, I hope everybody's had a great time today, and it was great to be back from our London trip to be able to help everybody do this. I don't know if everybody saw this, but the musical Shucked, we're taking a group to see that on July 23rd. And I also have two people who cannot take their Berkshires trip. If you know of anyone that might be interested in doing that, I've sent out an email about it again. People would really be thrilled if somebody would take that trip off their hands. So anyway, I'll see you all next Friday morning. Thanks for being here. Take care.